So welcome to sunny South Australia. The date today is the 1st of the 1st, 2019. I'm a bit seedy, but I've come up to my parents' place today to show you guys around the new project that I've got. E30 is pretty much all done and dusted in regards to working on it and building it. This one's going to be a project for the track, probably mainly as a drift car. Been drifting a 180SX for a little while now, probably about 5.5, 6 years, and decided that I'm going to take on a new project, build another car, a bit cleaner, a bit nicer, use the skills that I've learnt over the years in this new one. So this is the new project. As you can probably tell, it's an E46 coupe. It's like I've become another BMW tragic. You can tell it's missing the front off it at the moment. That's because I've yanked out the original engine and gearbox. The rest of the front is up over there somewhere. So yeah, got myself a nice, decently clean E46 coupe as the next drift car I'm going to be using. This one's a bit special though. Has a roll cage already in it. Pretty decent one at that. Has a lot more bars and bits and pieces than my current drift car has. Hopefully it'll be a bit safer. So it also came with a whole bunch of other bits and pieces, starting with a nice new Velo seat. Up at the front end, we've got wise fabs. So whoever had this previously has put some wise fab in it. Don't know if I'll end up keeping that, but we'll figure that out as we go along. Also got BC coilovers with external reservoir there. Fairly sure they're compression and rebound adjustable, so that's also a step up on the 180. Got some wheels here, Oz Racing. Apparently they're quite light. I really don't know too much about them, but they look pretty decent. So here's the other items that I bought recently. So that's a T56, and I guess you probably already know where this is going. That's a flywheel and heavy duty clutch. And we're going to be getting an LS soon to bolt onto that and then to shove into there. So I know that there's going to be a few fitment issues, particularly this nice old steering shaft here is probably going to hit the headers, but we'll figure that one out as we go. I'm sure we'll be able to make it work. Overall, I'm pretty stoked on this thing. The cage work alone around here, you're probably looking at about $2 grand, $2.5 grand to get a cage like that in a car. So to get a whole car with a cage, with all the bits that I'm either going to sell or use, I'm pretty happy. This thing's going to be a really great base to build for the next summer series that's coming up for the drift. Really looking forward to getting this thing done. It's going to take a little while. I don't want to rush it. I've still got the 180 to drift in between times, and I'll probably sell that off when it's done. So time to get cracking on it. So I have actually already started working on this thing. I've pulled the engine, standard engine out, plonked it over there, taken the front end off it, which is up now in the mezzanine. I've kicked out, smashed out, bashed out the heater unit there, which is a bit of a pain, but that's all done now. So the main things I need to probably make a start on is getting an LS and test fitting it in there. And also start on the body loom for the car. So being a BMW, this has things like electric seats and a whole lot of other junk that I don't actually need. But I do want to retain certain features of the car. In particular, power windows, because this is Australia. Like to keep the sunroof for the same reason. And these pop-out windows that BMW has, also like to keep then, maybe with the idea of smoke being able to go out the back there rather than in my face. So I've got to figure out what all these plugs are to retain those features, because there's a lot of the loom I've got to cut out, but I've got to know what bits I need to cut out. So a handy little tip for you guys if you're dealing with a mess of wiring like I'm going to be dealing with. I actually went and got a label maker. Bought the plastic tape for the label maker because the paper stuff's crap. And with the label maker, I've made little labels and put them on the wires just before the connectors. What that means is you can easily tell what connector does what. You don't ever have to second guess. When I'm cutting stuff out the loom, I don't need to go and hope that I've got the right connector because I've already labelled it. I know what it does and I know if I need it. And even down the track, if it means if you pull something apart or if you come across a connector, you know what it does. You don't have to think about it or trace it. So I find it makes life a lot easier. Yeah, this is going to be my new ride in the drift series that is coming up probably at the end of this year and continuing to 2020.